There are a bunch of different game genres out there, but some no longer exist or get very rarely made, and that could be due to all kinds of reasons. Said genre falling out of style, it stopped being popular, or the main series that you said style stopped being popular, or it was just very hard and expensive to make, so they just don't make them anymore. And the game genre that I really liked was one of them. Introducing camping slash story game. Camping started it all, that's why it's in the name. A game series that spawned the whole genre. And it took over Roblox for, as far as I can remember, a solid 2 years. And then just died due to, the following. Most of the games were repetitive, had very little to no gameplay. Most of them were just, didn't even stand out or were like exactly the same. They had nothing unique to offer, and despite camping trying its best to be like scary or at least a little spooky, right? Most of the games, including camping itself, weren't really even that scary. But the earlier camping games were very charming, and the few that were good still aren't scary. The only one I can think of that is both charming and at least a little scary, and I do mean a little scary, was Horror Portals. Horror Portals, compared to all the other camping games at the time, were actually somewhat scary. There's probably like a few other out there that are like pretty good that I don't remember right now. The monster design in most of them was pretty basic. Yeah. I mean, some of them like in Horror Portals, like yeah, you could also consider those pretty basic, but those are like the good types of basic. Like yeah, compared to all the other ones, which was just like a black shadow monster with red eyes. Yeah, I do miss those games, and because they no longer get made. The last well-known example being Breakin' 2. That game just stretches the definition of a camping game to its limits. Not that it's a bad game. It's just it isn't what I expected. So what can I do? What can I do other than be sad about it and cry and maybe every once in a while play all the camping games again? I know what I can do. I can make one myself. And so I did. But it's not fully ready yet. There are a few things I have yet to do before I fully finish this and release it for all of y'all. So here are all the things I gotta do before I release my game. First thing I gotta do is add NPCs, just background NPCs. They don't do anything specific. They just are there to make the game feel way, way less empty than it currently is. Second thing I gotta add is badges, because those are fun. They've always been fun after you get an ending. Yeah. And the third thing I'm gonna do is, try my best to see if there's like any bugs I can fix. So yeah, let's start. I decided it was best to do the badges first, make those two work. Here's some footage of me, doing that. And here is some pictures of both the badges. Pretty sure you can guess which one's the good and bad ending, unless you're stupid. But I doubt that. I doubt you're stupid. I'm pretty confident you have some smarts in your brain or something. I don't know. I just doubt you're stupid. Okay. The next thing I decided to do was add the NPCs, or spawn the students or whatever you want to call them. But I wanted to try this without tutorials. The previous one was with tutorials, and it was a pain in the ass because I've never added badges to a game before. But doesn't matter. By the way, the random students you're seeing right now are just random people from my friends list. Some of these people I genuinely don't even know anymore. Some I do, some I didn't even know in real life. But like most of them, they're nobodies. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm pretty surprised how well it went. It was so much simpler than adding those badges, like by miles. It was so much easier. The longest part of adding them was just testing them to see if they like spawned, and you can see by the footage that's basically what's happening right now. So yeah, on to the next thing. Next and last thing I had to fix was chase in the game that's gonna happen, which I'm not gonna say much about because I'll be spoiling too much. And what I basically had to fix was the monster itself. It was such a weird thing to fix, and I couldn't even fix it all the way, so I'm kind of disappointed about that. It's such a weird glitch with the monster too. So basically the AI just gets stuck, like when the moment you go through the door, but the other AI that is using the exact same script that chases you too, at some point, which I'm not gonna say when, because then I'll be spoiling the game again, doesn't have that issue. So it's so strange. It's so strange. Yeah, I tried my best to fix this. I couldn't. I think I did get it to work a little bit better, so I guess that's something. Yeah, that's the best I could have done. That's all she wrote for this one. Yeah. here's some footage again. Yeah, that's it. One last thing I had to do was ask a friend if he could draw some character portraits of these three characters specifically, because I forgot to tell him to do that. He did all the other ones, just forgot these three. Well, no, I forgot to tell him to do those three, so it's really more on me. So when I told him, he kind of just like, well, I wasn't happy with those first ones I did in the first place, so he redid those, and man, they are fired. Like fire. Here's just some before and afters, and yeah, that's it. Here's also his TikTok. There's some pretty fire content on there. You might like it or not. Same with this video. You might like it or not. So yeah, the game is now practically done. It's linked in the description together with my friend's TikTok. And before you play it, please, I'm trying to be real with you when I say this. Lower your expectations immediately. Just expect this game to have a few bugs, for it to not work right, for certain things to look a little weird or a little broken. The game isn't perfect. This game is at best okay, and at worst a little broken. And that's it. I'm still proud of this game, and I hope because of this, maybe, I don't know, people get like motivated to make a few more camping games or something similar, or like maybe this like brings back memories of old camping games. I want this game to truly feel like it was like an old camping game, like from the first like years camping was popular. I wanted it to feel like that, and yeah, I'm happy with it. That's it. So yeah, go play my game or not. So